Good morning, my children, and once again, welcome back to your English class, the class of the teacher Jacob. For today, my children, we're going to make an exercise that is part of your teddy book. So, if you want to work along with the teacher Jacob, you know the instructions. You have 5 seconds to go, pick up your book and your pencil case. Now, for this activity, if you want to use an extra object that is the magazine, you can use it. If don't, there is no problem. The use of the magazine, I will explain it later on the video. Para el día de hoy, chicos, vamos a realizar una actividad que se encuentra en su teddy book. Recuerden que si ustedes quieren trabajar junto con el teachercito Jacob, tienen 5 segundos para ir por su libro de actividades, por su estuchera. Ahora, para esta actividad vamos a requerir del uso de una revista, al igual que tijeras y resistor. Si ustedes no cuentan con estos objetos ahorita a la mano, no se preocupen, ahorita les voy a explicar para qué los vamos a necesitar. So, once you have your book ready, ya que tengamos listo nuestro teddy book, we open on the page, lo vamos a abrir on this page right here. Okay, which is after the activity of yesterday, which was color black. Okay, don't forget to repeat, study, and continue practicing the vocabulary. Remember, the cow, it's an animal that has on its color the color black. Okay, so the activity of today appears right here. Remember, the teacher Jacob works on the whiteboard so you can appreciate better the results. So, behind the teacher Jacob and in your activity, we have some of the most common objects that we have been practicing when we study the letters of the alphabet. Como pueden ver, detrás del teacher Jacob y en su libro de actividades tenemos algunos de los objetos más populares que hemos trabajado utilizando las letras del abecedario. Ahora, recuerden, first of all letters of the alphabet are divided in two. Capital letters, which are the big ones, and small letters, en minúsculas, ¿ok? Recuerden que todas las letras están divididas en mayúsculas y minúsculas, and also all of the letters have their own objects. Cada una de las letras que hemos estado trabajando tienen sus propios objetos. Ahora, nuevamente, chicos, en su libro de actividades y detrás de mí tenemos algunos ejemplos de los objetos que hemos trabajado con estas letters. Let's see the objects. We have an airplane, we have a fish, we have an eagle. Remember the eagle, it's a bird, in Spanish, águila. We have an angel, we have comb, we have boots, and we have the dog. Under or next to each one of the objects, we have a line, a small horizontal line. Ya sea que debajo o al lado de cada uno de los objetos tenemos una línea horizontal. We have this horizontal line because on it we have to write the letter that begins that object. We have to write it, or with the use of the magazine, we are going to look for the letter that begins the object. With the help of mother and father, we are going to cut it and we are going to paste it on these empty spaces. Para la actividad del día de hoy, chicos, como pueden ver, ya sea al lado o abajo de cada uno de los objetos, tenemos que escribir, ya sea que escribamos la letra con la que empiezan estos objetos o con el uso de una revista, con la ayuda de mamá y de papá, vamos a buscar una letra que empiece con estos objetos, la vamos a recortar y la vamos a pegar en los espacios en blanco. Por eso les había dicho, chicos, que si ustedes quieren utilizar la revista para encontrar esas letras y pegarlas en los objetos, lo pueden hacer. Si ustedes no cuentan con la revista, con tijeras o con resistor ahorita a la mano, podemos escribirla, no hay ningún problema, ¿ok? In the case of the teacher Jacob, I will write the letter that begins the object. So, let's begin with the first one. As you can see here, we have an animal that belongs to the family of pets. Remember, pets in Spanish, mascotas. The name of this animal is the dog. Now, let's see if you remember the word dog, la palabra dog, begins with the letter D of Diego. So, we write it right here. The letter D of dog, of dragon, of doll. Okay? Once again, if you want to paste the letter D here in a magazine, look for a letter D, cut it, and you put it right here. Si ustedes para esta actividad, nuevamente chicos, quieren utilizar revista, ya saben qué hacer. Vamos a buscar dentro de ella la letra D, la recortamos y la pegamos donde corresponde, quiere decir next to or under the dog. Okay? Very good. Now, next to the dog, we have the airplane. Now, airplane was one of the first objects we started practicing. And of course, because was one of the first, also was the first letter, which is for airplane. What letter do we use for this object? ¿Ustedes recuerdan qué objeto ocupamos para este objeto? The letter A, very good. Letter A for airplane. It can be capital A, small a, there is no problem. Para estos objetos nosotros podemos hacer uso ya sea de la letra en mayúscula o de la letra en minúscula, no hay ningún problema. Recuerden que lo que importa es saber con qué letra empiezan los objetos. Now, next to the airplane, we have, once again, an animal of the sea and an animal that is part of families of pets. Para este tercer objeto, recuerden que está dividido en dos. Es considerado como un animal que pertenece al mar o pertenece a las mascotas. We are talking about the fish. Now, for the fish, we need another letter, sorry. The letter for fish. What letter is it? Which is also the letter of Fernando, Francisco, okay? What letter is it? Capital F, very good. Capital F for fish, capital F for Fernando, capital F for fat person, for flower, okay? Very good. Now let's check on the second row. We start with an object that is part of the family of the shoes. Remember, the family of shoes also include sandals, also include sneakers, tennis, also include shoes. What is it? We have the boots. Recuerden que las botas también pertenecen a la familia de los zapatos. Familia de los zapatos, las sandalias, los tenis, los guaraches, las pantuflas, okay? And in this case, boots. Now, the letter for boot is also the letter for Brenda. Also, the letter for boat, for ball. What letter is it? The letter B. Very good. The letter B, the letter of boot. Next to the boot, we have another object. Okay, now this object, remember, is an object that we use to accommodate our hair after we wash it. Recuerden, chicos, que el siguiente objeto lo utilizamos para acomodar nuestro cabello una vez que pues ya lo dejamos limpio, ya nos bañamos. What is it? Okay, it's called comb. Okay, now the comb begins with the letter of Carlos, the letter of car, the letter of Christopher. Letter C. Very good. Letter C for comb. Then we have an angel. Now remember, the angel is the boy or the girl that is always praying for our health, for that we have good health and we don't get into trouble. Recuerden, chicos, que un ángel es una persona que siempre está rezando, siempre está pidiendo por nosotros para que nosotros estemos bien de salud, para que no nos pase nada malo. So, the angel begins with the letter A, the letter of ambulance, the letter of apple, the letter of Alison, of Armando, okay? So, because right here we already use capital A for the angel, let's write small a. Como la A mayúscula ya la ocupamos para airplane, ahorita para el ángel vamos a ocupar A minúscula. And finally, the last object of today, once again, it's an animal that belongs to the family of birds. Animal of birds, we have doves, we have, of course, birds, okay? We have parrots and the eagle. Recuerden, chicos, que el águila, eagle, pertenece a la familia de las aves. Otros ejemplos de aves, pues son las palomas, son los cuervos, son los pericos, okay? Son los pájaros. Now, for eagle, for the eagle, we need the letter of elephant, the letter of Enrique, the letter E, capital E. Okay, very good. Now, once we have finished solving the exercise, you can paint the objects using different colors, okay? Now, the colors that I use is just an example. You can choose and use the ones that you want. Recuerden, chicos, una vez que ya hayamos terminado de resolver nuestro ejercicio, ahora sí podemos colorear de diferentes colores nuestros objetos del día de hoy. Ahora, los colores que yo utilicé son ejemplos, son colores que yo escogí. Ustedes pueden hacerlo del color que quieran, no hay ningún problema. Okay? Very good. So, that's it for today, my children. The teacher Jacob is very happy to see all my favorite students of Kinder 2. Have an excellent day. We see you tomorrow with more information, more numbers, more letters of the alphabet, and more activities prepared especially just for you. Take care. Goodbye.